In this video, I'm doing a review of the Slow Journal, which is a doc grid notebook. So before I show you the inside pages and the pen tests and all the features, I do just need to mention that I received this notebook for free in exchange for doing this review. The company reached out to me and said, we have a 160 GSM thick paper notebook. Do you want to do a review of it? And I said yes straight away. If you haven't picked up from my accent, I'm in Australia, and this company, the Slow Journal, is also in Australia. It's really hard to get 160 GSM thick notebooks here, and let alone find nice doc grid notebooks. It all seems to come from the US. Shipping's expensive, the notebooks are expensive, and it takes ages to get here. So if there's an Australian brand with doc grid notebooks, I'm obviously very interested in doing a review. So there's a few different cover styles to choose from in different colors as well. Now, I normally do avoid black because everything seems to come in black and I've seen it a lot of times, but I made an exception this time because I really like this image printed on the cover, and the black and the gold really do pop and look really nice together. So I'm quite happy with the cover design. It is a linen cover though, which I'm a bit iffy about because I don't know if you can see it when I zoom in. It does like to attract lots of lint and flecks of like little dust and things. So I did wipe down my desk multiple times before laying this notebook out, but you can see it's already starting to attract little bits of lint all over it. So I might need to get my lint roller out. So that is a con for me. I do just prefer hardcover with like that fake leather material. The notebook has 192 pages, which is quite a generous page count, and it's just under 1 inch thick. Has an elastic band to keep it closed. I've just taken it off to film this review, and on the back cover it's just got their brand name on it. I will have a link to their website, and I do have a 10% off coupon code for you guys if you're interested. The notebook comes in a box, which is good if you want to gift it, or I like to repurpose these thin boxes for pens because they lay flat and they don't have tons of layers and layers of pens. So it's just nice to have these slim boxes to reuse them for that purpose. It has a pen loop on the side here, and we also have 2 ribbon bookmarks. They are both black though, and I do prefer different colors. So I think if one was black and one was gold, that would be good, but at least there are 2 of them. At the front here, we have the inside cover. Now, if you're wondering what these numbers are, whenever I get a doc grid notebook, I will always count the number of dots horizontally and the number of dots vertically, and it just helps me when I'm ruling up spreads. So if I want to have, say, 4 boxes for a monthly calendar, I would divide 27 by 4, and then I can see, okay, do I want to, like, how many boxes do I want to fit? Do I want to add maybe like a strip of washi tape to fill in the gap because 27 is not, you know, an even number. So it just helps me when I'm working out my spreads. So at the front here, we have a key page, and then it is a double-sided index page. But since there's no like pre-printed table, you can really just add another index page or multiple if you wanted to. So that is it for the pre-printed pages at the front. And by pre-printed, I literally just mean this text up the top here. All the rest in the notebook are blank, and all of the pages are numbered. You can see there the number is a bit bigger than some other doc grid notebooks that I've seen. It's probably a bit more bold, I think, than it needs to be. And I don't really like how it's embedded in the doc grid, because when I'm ruling a spread, I'm going to be going over the top of the page number. I much prefer when it sits just below the doc grid, but at least the pages are numbered, so kind of pro and a con at the same time. You can see as I'm flipping this really nice bright white paper. Absolutely love this thick paper. I have done a pen test, which I'll show you shortly. You can see it's really bright. Love it. The pages lay flat on their own, and you can also break the spine if you turn the notebook over and pull the pages back towards you, and they'll lay even more flat, as you can see. So that's good. One thing I did notice when I was flicking, so if I just show you quickly, if we flick, just watch those dots on the right edge, and you can see how the placement can sometimes differ. Some are closer to the edge, some are in slightly. So I don't know if that's really considered like a defect or a con, because the pages are all still usable, but it's just something that I noticed when I was flicking. So let's go to the pen test, which I did at the back here. If I can just find it again. Here we go. Okay, so I went all out with the pen test this time and did everything. If I have a 160 GSM notebook, I want to test all the supplies because I'm more likely to use ones that are really inky, like the dot markers and the brush pens when it's that thicker paper. So starting with the pens, I did all the usual gel, ballpoint, fine liner, all the usual ones that you've seen me pen test in just about all the reviews that I do, as well as some stamps and the friction erasable, and then some highlighters too. So on the back side of the pen page, pages are so thick, but just turn it one sec. So we can see that there is no show through for the ballpoint, the gel, or the fine tip pens. There was a little bit for the Happy Planner stamps, which tend to always show through, and there's a smidge there for the marker pen as well, which is quite a thick pen, but otherwise it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, as for the highlighters, the dot markers, and the brush pens, again, not really any show through for the highlighters, which is great. Smidge on that dot marker, which admittedly I did go a bit heavy. I don't know what happened there. I think I had something underneath the piece of paper, because you can see all the others were perfect dots and that one just went a bit wonky with some extra ink. So I would say that it's not too bad. Slight ghosting, but on the whole, all right. And then the brush pens, can't really see them either, so that's pretty good. So I'm quite happy with the paper in this notebook. I think if you use pretty much any supply, it shouldn't show through. You might have just some minor ghosting of these thicker ones here. So pen test was good. At the back here, we have a pocket folder, which if I just open, you can see is quite roomy. You can fit a fair bit of stuff in there, some stickers if you wanted to. And then at the back here, we just have that elastic band. So overall thoughts, I like the notebook. I think it's good value for the price. It is comparable, if not a little bit cheaper than some of the other more, I guess, well-known 160 GSM thick notebook brands. It has page numbers. I do wish they would sit below the grid. But otherwise, I don't really have any other cons. I quite like the bright white paper. So I would recommend this notebook and I would use it. And that's it for this review. So I hope you found this review helpful. I will have that 10% off coupon code in the description box down below if you wanted to get a copy for yourself. And there are some other styles as well if you didn't want this black cover version. There's a few others to choose from. Don't forget to subscribe, because I usually do a new planner review or bullet journal notebook video each week.